Okay, guys, we're back here live at Insomnia 46 in the Telford International Centre. Got myself, Dave Witts, and Chrissy Bullard here to commentate on our final. And today we've got in the grand final here is Aman Seddiqi, who came through semi-final beating Ollie Shaw, and Dave, by the way, came through beating Dave Coolidge in the final. So it's going to be really interesting this one, Chris, to see how these two guys get on.
Yeah, like they're setting their teams up now. Aman's going for the winning formula that he has from his game with Shawsey, the 4-1-2-1-2, the wide version of that formation. Dave actually going for a bit of a change with the 4-2-2-2. Maybe just to be a bit more defensive. I'm not sure. I'm not sure when I see a player actually going more defensive to compromise for a player, I actually get a little bit worried. I never think, I think you should always bring the game to them. But maybe Dave has a game plan. Maybe he's got an idea of how he's gonna sort of deal with this speed glitch. Now he knows how a man's gonna play. Shawsey's probably just told him at some point, of things, what goes, on behind the scenes at LAN. Yeah, we're just waiting for these guys to kick off now. They've actually they're about 5 minutes in now, but because we get about sort of a minute's delay, we're just sort of waiting them still set up. Yeah, a couple of things in the chat. Ducks are saying Aman looking pretty impressive, and yeah, against Shawsey. Shawsey surprisingly was just not even at the races, and he was completely in control. And just answering Cross's question, the stream is a little bit behind, but we'll try and focus on this screen as much as we can. Yeah, we're just waiting for it to go. Got anything to add on the start?
Looking forward to this. It'll be good to see. I mean, Dave's no slouch at this game at all by a long way. I mean, so it'll be interesting to see what he's learned from Ollie and how he plays against a man. So looking forward to an exciting game because Dave doesn't hold back. He tends to attack. So interesting that he's gone defensive because Dave's usually quite an aggressive player. Attacks down the wing, likes to get the ball in for those FIFA 12 crosses, headers. So yeah, I really don't know. I mean, I thought we called the last one well with Ollie going to cruise it and got blown away at the end of it. So yeah, I think people know Crossy's saying there Dave's defence is good, and that'll be interesting because I think Aman had a bit of a free ride against Ollie, unfortunately. So we'll see. Put your money on the table, guys. We got Ollie there, 2-1 games to Dave. All right, and we're off. And we've got Aman from the playing in red and Dave in white. Dave's got the early pressure as he attacks down the middle of the park. See what he tries to do, whether he's going to go out wide or whether he's going to try and come through the middle on Aman. And this is where Aman was very powerful against Ollie. Just get the early ball up front and then he would just skill run through the middle of the defence. So see what Dave does with this. But a bit of a different tactic there. Aman launched a through ball through then. So here's Dave out in his sort of favoured position out wide. Now he's running. Now this is interesting. See what he does here. Cross. Oh, very unlucky. So I think Dave's made it quite clear there what his tactic's going to be in this game, Chrissy.
Yeah, actually, I played Dave in the quarter-final, and his crossing was really good, actually. It really impressed me. I haven't seen many FIFA players actually kind of play the game with an actual structure to getting in effective crossing positions. And he definitely had a game plan. He was generally going down the line of Ronaldo. It looks like he's got Di Maria linking up with Ronaldo on kind of one wing, and then crossing into Benzema on the other wing. But 4-2-2-2 suggests that he won't really go down the centre that much. just because he doesn't really have any players there, unless he decides to cut inside with the wingers. But you know, a man, the easy way to stop him would be to put 5 at the back. His main threat is from that counter and from that speed glitch. You know, he can do attacks with Ronaldo on his own, as we saw against Shoresy. So yeah, we'll see if Dave can defend that well with 4 at the back. I know he has 2 defensive midfielders there. If they go forward and the man gets the chance to counter-attack, then there could be a bit of danger there. I see that as Dave's real weakness, but Dave's always going to be a threat from crossing. And yeah, the game's been just, I guess, players are getting a feel for each other. Right now, no one wants to obviously concede that early goal in the final. And actually, Dave here with a decent chance, but coming to no prevail. And actually, you know, apart from that attack really early on, there's not been an attack with any conviction yet.
So if you're a gambling man, who would you put your money on then?
If I was a gambling man, based on how the formations are set up, I'd say a man's going to win. You know, unless Dave can really shut down this counter-attack with 4 at the back. You know, I played Dave as well. Whilst he has got a good defence, you know, even I don't think I'm a very good attacker. I'm more of a defender. I was able to break his defence quite a few times. So I wouldn't say he's amazing in defence. I think he's very good at both attacking and defending. Not really brilliant at one. You know, he's a good all-around player. Again, cutting down the line, but getting shut out there, Ronaldo. But he's got a little luck there. Benzema. Goal for Dave. To be fair, he should have had that goal in the first 5 minutes when Benzema, and he deserved that again. So he was a little bit lucky with the how Ronaldo got the ball there, but that's going to be his game plan. Running down the line with Ronaldo. Anything to add?
I was just going to. Only thing to add to that, when you asked me the question about who am I putting my money on, I've gone for. I'm a Dave fan. I've gone for Dave in this one. I think his experience at Milan is carrying a lot. I was really impressed with the man in the last game against Oli, but I think the finals is a different thing, and is a sort of mentality. And if you've been there before, it makes a big difference. So, but we'll see. I haven't seen it. Dave's definitely counteracted a man's. But we say that, and he's gone straight through. Casillas saves. So up to that point, he'd really counteracted the skill dribble, but that was the one. So yeah, I think put Dave down to win it 2-0, but I think it's going to be tight. But hey, what do I know? So here's Dave. He's breaking down that right wing again. A man's now called his defender out. He's thrown him a few skills. Cut it in nice. There's Benzema. Oh, he's hit that post again. So that's 3 times he's hit the post on crosses. One of them fell back to him luckily, but it's definitely working, that tactic. He just needs to be able to put it in the back of the net. 'Cause one attack from a man and we're back to all square. Yeah, some interesting headers as well. A couple of those I didn't think he was anywhere near going to get to winning them, and he's come right through and won them. So understand why Dave plays that tactic. And you've got Benzema doing that up front. Just needs to find the back of the net. So we're approaching half-time. Dave 1-0 up, and he's on the attack here. He's got another. Oh, he's hit the crossbar this time. Unbelievable. And you've got magnetic crossbars there at the moment for Dave. He could really come to regret this later on. Should be 4-0 up. No.
Yeah, at least 3-0.
Yeah. Getting in those positions, but it's all Dave at the moment, really, from an attacking perspective.
Oh.
Some nice skills.
He could have passed it loads of times there.
Yeah. Going for the glory goal there. What was your assessment of that, Chris?
Well, yeah, like Benzema was free for for a good sort of 1 second period there, 1 second period. I'm not sure why he didn't go for that. It could have been an easy goal for him there, but yeah, Dave's impressed me so far. Actually, he's stuck with his game plan. He's shut down Aman to some extent on them counter attacks, and he's always been able to put a defender over when he has been beaten by it. Aman now nowhere to go on the attack, and Dave will no doubt attack down that right wing again with Ronaldo, although he gets shut out there. And Dave actually does the speed glitz himself now, playing Aman at his own game a little bit. No doubt, I'm not sure where I stand with people who do the same thing over and over again. I like Dave's had success with the crosses, but I'd like to see him maybe change up a bit. Catch him by surprise. A man obviously must know his tactics by now. That's what he's going to do. Ronaldo line, and look for Benzema at the back post, but. And as I'm saying that, he does. Obviously, you can't take my advice because they're about a minute in front of me, so it's pretty good psychic skills from Dave, actually. But yeah, no, actually a great goal. That position, it wasn't like your generic finesse position, so to fund that in from there, it's actually a rare goal. It was nice to see a good goal there. Well worked from the line. And yeah, Dave 2-0 up now, and maybe my predictions were wrong. Who knows?
It's interesting watching this compared to the semi-final, where obviously a man was having a lot of success just going through the middle, skill dribbles, speed. Not really had any joy in this at all so far. So he's really needing to think, see whether he's got a different strategy to bring to the table. It's just as we were talking about Dave there. Dave had been going out wide, suddenly he came through the middle, caught a man sleeping I think a bit, thinking it was probably going to go out wide, and he's come through the middle and thumped it home. So it's interesting to watch after seeing how different players play against different people. I think there might be some more woodwork involved in a minute. I might be wrong, but I think there might be. We'll even try and bring up the sound effect. So Dave's gone back out wide again. Man's cleared that. See what skill dribble round. Oh, not quite what I think he wanted to do. But he's really at the from watching the last game where his game was so effective, to so far not really being able to get a foothold in this game and make anything creative work at all. Which, credit to Dave. Is he going to put this one? So we're waiting for that sound of breaking wood in a minute. Any second. So it's 67 minutes, Dave's 2-0 up, and to be fair, a man's not really looked like responding at this point in time, but hey, commentators love eating their words. There you go. What have we just said? 2-1. So Aman's back in. Just as we said, he looked like not really showing anything. He's come up with a goal straight down the middle. What did you make of the goal there, Chrissy?
Yeah, no, it was a really nice goal actually. Really nice through ball down the centre. And I think Aman's been really looking for that all game, because if you have got your game plan to counter attack and someone is evidently stopping you at that, we didn't really see. In the game against Shorzy, a man pull many midfielders forward at all. So he was only attacking with two players most of the time. I think have we had that the next Dave hitting the post?
We haven't seen it yet.
But there's no question that Dave should be ahead here, and that was a nice tackle to block that shot from Ronaldo. That could have been really dangerous there, and let's see if a man can steal this really, because he's not had that many chances. Dave's obviously hit the woodwork countless times, and we could be seeing him hit the woodwork a couple more times.
Doesn't seem to have appeared yet.
Wow, clean chance, surely. Oh, oh my God. That is, it's ridiculous. Maybe 90 times out of 100 you'd score that, no problem. He probably wouldn't do anything different there. And I was a little bit surprised why he's getting agitated. Like you say about experience, Dave's been here before. He's leading, and any lead in a FIFA match, especially this year, is so valuable. So you're the guy who should be keeping calm and not sort of getting stressed out. If he has hit the post, so what? You got 10 minutes to go. You're 2-1 up. Be calm, But yeah, we'll see if the man can really get us back in the last 5 minutes now. He hasn't had much of the ball in the last 10 really. And we'll see if he can counter-attack again, like going for that skill drill and just running into players. In the offside there from Benzema, he's not really being sort of that tactical with that speed glitch now. He's kind of getting out and hoping for a knock off a defender and maybe a little bit of luck. But no, we'll see. A couple minutes left now. We'll see if he can pull one back. Dave even with the chance there. Glorious chance for Dave again. Hits the post from Ronaldo, and I can't believe he's not lost this game yet. Like so many times you see games like this where it just won't happen to someone, but he does have that luck that he is leading. But actually, yeah, in a way, I can see how he's been getting so frustrated. But yeah, that's the win. Really, actually a dominating win there by Dave, even if it was 2-1. That could have been 6-1 and we wouldn't be surprised sitting here, I don't think. So yeah, now it's the question of what can a man do to change now? What can he do to change up? Obviously he had no problems with Shorzy, but he needs to change something now, and they have done the rematch. So it does suggest that a man will change the tactics now for this second game. All right. That's interesting. A change the team, actually. You don't see that a lot, especially Barcelona at least. You rarely see it online. I think really the danger of Puyol and Piqué at the back, they are very slow. Whilst they possess great technical skills, the whole front line, they're actually not that fast, many of them. Only Sanchez, Villa, obviously Mr. Superman Messi. But everywhere else apart from Alves, the speed is lacking, and strength as well. They're all fairly small, and strength and pace are definitely a combination you don't want to be without on FIFA 12. But interesting. I'm not sure if he's lining up with the 4-2-3-1 now. But yeah, we'll let the guys set up first before we talk too much about it. Yeah, interesting custom tactics here from Aman, really. Going with free-form chance formation. This is, I don't know, these would suggest to me that these are risky tactics. He's going to be pressing hard. Actually, I rarely see team width of more than like 50 ever be used. Because that space in front of the back four is such a danger area. You just can't let gaps be there. But now a man going with the 4-2-3-1, and Dave actually going with what looked like a mirror formation, but no, he has actually changed, kept the same formation, 4-2-2-2. To be honest, there's probably no reason for Dave to change. But yeah, it's going to be interesting again. Actually, I didn't see where Benzema was on the pitch. I know Alves is at right back and Abidal is at left back. The way Dave's playing, he's trying to cross it in to the back post every time to Benzema, and them fullbacks aren't the strongest fullbacks in the world. Benzema's going to win the most of these headers, so it could be the same again. But we'll see what sort of tricks a man has up his sleeve. Really, not many people use Barcelona. Maybe there'll be a different style here back again with the cross, but not much thought gone into that one, unfortunately. Yeah, it looks to be another interesting game. The long ball now for Messi to run after. Ooh, that was very risky there by Dave. That through ball again to Ronaldo, but Abidal doing a good job there. Yeah, but it looks like Benzema's actually on Alves' side, I think, which yeah, Dave will be liking that when he sees Benzema leap above Alves at the back post, I believe. Yeah, it looks like Ronaldo is going to be the side of PK and Abidal. I don't know, my natural instincts in this game, how it's all set up, I just think Dave's going to win this again fairly comfortably, like the Schurzey game. Any thoughts?
No, like you say, it's a high-risk strategy from Aman, who's, I think, been Real Madrid right throughout the tournament, so he's really chucking everything to this in a final. So played one game with his normal setup and has decided he needs to change it. So yeah, I don't know how much he plays with Barcelona and with them. He's did quite a bit of tactical changes as well for what he wanted to do. So we'll see how it bears out in the end. But yeah, not convinced. I think Dave's probably happier with, your opponent suddenly changing everything. You're starting lineup basically, aren't you? You're going, right, the team I normally use is not working, I'm going to try something else. So see, high risk, high prizes, or high risk, high loss. We'll wait and see. But we're quarter of an hour in, and at the moment I think we've only had one cross from wide so far from Dave. But like Chris said, it'd be interesting to see the first time he matches up Benzema with Dani Alves in the air. See what the outcome is.
Oh, I know what the outcome is.
I think we all know what the outcome is. It'll be really interesting.
Depends if he gets the chance to do it or not.
Yeah. It's definitely Barcelona are buzzing around the pitch at the moment, but there goes Dave. He's got a nice deflection there, but wasn't able to quite capitalise on it. He's definitely not managed to. Dave's decided he's going to go back down the middle, and he's got it out wide the other side now. It's a good cross, but Abidal came across, I think, then dealt with that one. Here we go. Oh, Puyol got to that one. I think it's so funny, Puyol in Barcelona is just like the complete opposite of anything else, just that physical bloke at the back. Just you need those sorts of players in a team like that. But be interesting to see what they replace him with. He can't go on forever.
Yeah, very true.
But not really see much of Messi at this point in time. So normally that means Messi will come up with an absolute clinking curler into the top corner and damn the commentator as normal. So 26 minutes in. Quick one-line summary of what you think so far, and then you can expand on it.
Yeah, like Dave's actually had a lot of possession right now. He just hasn't got that perfect chance to whip in one of his sort of danger crosses to the back post. It's been a bit of a non-game really so far. A man hasn't really had a great attack. No, there's been no goal-scoring opportunity yet that to talk of. So a man again just sort of being quite patient with this attack. feeling it out, rushing that one a little bit too much. Now with a counter, but now Aman has switched to a 4-2-3-1, so he's going to be much more solid on defence. Maybe that change has sort of led to Dave having a few more problems going wide. Dave making a bit of a schoolboy error there, running the ball out for a throw-in, but yeah, 35 minutes in, and in all honesty, this is great through ball there. Was it offside? Evidently not, but Casillas doing a good job there. Dave with the keeper charge, well timed, and yeah, that was a little bit worrying, to be honest. I thought that was a very good opportunity there. I think he just got sort of the running timing a little bit wrong. But that was the first goal scoring opportunity, and 35 minutes in. Dave will kind of like this. He's got a game in hand, so to speak. So he doesn't need to win this. He can be as patient as he wants. Over the top ball, Iniesta running on, but again, Dave deals with it fairly easily. And we haven't, I'm not sure why he's doing balls like that. He doesn't need to do that stuff yet. He can just do the same thing as normal. Go down the line, put the pressure on Aman, almost like waste the time away, because the longer this game goes on, the more nervous. If I was in Aman's shoes anyway, being a goal down, I'd become more nervous as the game went on, and I'd probably make more mistakes. And nearly getting the long range shot there with Messi. I'd have been a bit surprised if that went in, but it was Messi, so. But actually, no tactical change from Dave, which is looks like he's going with the man marking Messi there. That's interesting. I guess with only one up top, he is the main danger. All the other guys behind him are passers. They'll be looking for that through ball to Messi, so it does actually make sense to sort of try and eliminate that main danger. But I haven't seen sort of that much man marking be used. The problem is when you use it, some guy will be taken out of the game just for Messi. So what holes can that create? But yeah, 0-0. If I was Dave, I wouldn't really be too concerned. But also, actually, Aman's had the better chances. So we'll see if things improve in the second half now. Aman stopping the speed glitch effectively there, but I think he's lost a throw in a fairly dangerous area for doing so, unfortunately. But nice inside pass there. But again, blocking out. He's got two defensive midfielders there. I'm not sure why he's not doing his sort of plan from last game, just going down a wing and trying to get that cross into Benzema. We haven't actually seen it yet. I think there might be a penalty soon. Is that?
Maybe a goal.
Yeah, no. A man trying to. There's a through ball on, but well dealt with. Things from Ramos there. Again, Dave being a bit too impatient on the counter, but actually a mistake by Aman there, but he was able to sort of cover himself from it at least. But, wow, plenty of options again, but Aman just hurried it there. He had two running in decent space and just went too early. But now you get to 60 minutes, you're 1-0 down in a series, and now you're watching the clock, which is never a good thing. Aman might want to go to penalties, and Dave will probably be quite happy. He's 1-0 up. If he wins penalties, brilliant. You know, he's just waiting for that mistake really from Aman. He's not really getting through Dave's defence at all. As again now we see Dave try and progress an attack down the line, but surprising he's actually been attacking more on Benzema's side. You know, which is interesting, I guess. Yeah, I know. Again, Aman with the counter. Nice chance here, but Messi trying to look for that pass really, and taking too long. Dave's just clearing it out again. And again, kind of a backs to the walls job actually at the moment. Dave hasn't really been out of his half in the last sort of 10 minutes, but Aman's not really been in Dave's last third either, so you know, Dave just needs to be patient. He just needs to keep hold of the ball. And this is more like it. He's got Ronaldo at the back post. He's gone for it. Goal. And there we see it. There we see, I don't know, it's an interesting change of game plan. Benzema to Ronaldo. I think that was actually PK Ronaldo kind of got in front there, which was surprising. So, but now it's all or nothing for Aman. 3-4-3.
He's going for it. Yeah, he's going to go for it now. He's just Dave's sitting down. He's quite happy not to change anything. Aman's going in for all sorts of changes now. 1-0, 20 minutes to go. Let's see what Aman can do. This is test out his game now. Not really had that much success against Dave yet. But
Dave's gone ultra defensive.
yeah. Dave's just sitting back, letting them whatever's thrown at them. We'll try not to give away the result as the real game finishes, but the guys on the stream here got Benzema into some space now. Taking it out wide, using up some space. A man breaks away. The ball over the top, but that's sorted there. Here's Dave's keeping hold of the ball now. Just saying, come on Barca, come and get the ball off me. See what, he just waited for the tackle, brought him in. Nice bit of skill out wide. So we've got going into the last 10 minutes of the game here. Barca away. Easily defended in the end. Oh, not one you want to give away, just on the edge of the box, but he's got away with that one. Here we go. What can Dave do here? It's quite funny actually, because I got Dave stood watching the game as we're commentating on the game.
I think you just gave away.
I haven't given anything away yet. He's watching the game. And a man is as well.
He's taking a break up for the next game.
Here we go, here's Dave away. Benzema, he's got 3 this time. But, beautiful finish. 85th minute. So that's it, I think. That's the game over. Dave's got a 2-0 lead now. Aman no doubt will keep going to the end, but Dave's done well. Dave Witts wins the money. Chrissy's just fumbling in his pocket. I think he's left his cash at home. Oh dear. I think it's 2-0. Did I say 2-0 to Dave? 2 games? I think I might have done that, shouted that one. No. It's definitely 2-0. Here's Dave going now. Right to the end. Has he got? Oh, good tackle at the last second there. That's it. We're into the referees added on time now in the grand final here at Insomnia 46, hosted by Multiplay. Started off with 37 players in the tournament this morning. Now we're down to the final two, and it's looking like Dave, by the way, who's not had to come a long way, is there. We are. Final whistle. Dave's taking it 2-0. It's been so surreal with the two players stood behind us for about the last 5 minutes watching the game, knowing the outcome. But right, guys, we're going to get an interview in with Dave as the champion for I-Series. Well done to everybody that took part. Chrissy, thanks so much for commentating. It's been an absolute pleasure as always. Star man. Not seen anyone who can match your FIFA knowledge and commentating. It's really great. So, Dave, we'll just sit you down for a quick interview. Me and Chrissy will interview you a second, buddy. Pull up a pew, fella. We'll take one question from the stream as well if you've got one for Dave. But we will be... So, Dave, 2-0 in the final. How was it for you, the two games?
Even though I won the second one 2-0 and only the first one only 2-1, I thought the second game was a lot harder. He was good at the skill dribble, and I knew that's exactly what I'd have to cut out. So when I saw him go Barca, I thought he'd be a masterstroke because Messi and Sanchez are so good at it. So Messi was causing me issues like for the start of the game, but as soon as I put Khedira on him, he kind of just like cut out his opportunities, and I just tried to play my game from there.
Can I ask you a question?
So you've done well at I-Series before, but is that you testing my memory, being an old man? Is that your first victory at I-Series?
Yeah, it's my first victory, like overall, like in anything. Like it's only my second I-Series, but yeah, I come third in the last one and first in this one. I can't really complain at that.
Excellent. So, got any short-term plans for what you're going to do with your winnings at all, Dave?
I don't know. Depends how many strip clubs are in Telford.
So Dave's going for a night of stripping tonight with Ollie. You heard that first. That's not stripping, Ollie. That's going stripping with Ollie. Chris, you got that question yet at all?
Actually, yeah. Like in the sort of final games, was there sort of any point where you thought a man was going to win? It did look like you were just sort of playing the waiting game, really, and were you sort of comfy to play that?
Yeah, I just tried to keep the ball as much as I could, but most of the time I didn't really do that very well. And with the skill dribble on that on that streaming monitor, there's a little bit of a delay, so it works a lot more than it does like on the other monitor, on all the other consoles. So I did think throughout every game, he could just get a sneaky goal back and maybe even win it. But as soon as I took the lead, I just tried to shut the game out as best I could, just to kind of stop his skill dribble.
No, yeah, I thought also the goal. How was that for timing, really? Like, I think 70 minutes into a game, that's normally the time where a man was probably looking to attack very close to the end, and that goal must have just kind of, almost pretty much won the game for you.
Yeah, it was really good timing actually, because he was starting to put me under severe pressure. But that formation's disgusting. There's no way that should be in the game. But as soon as I seen him put that, I was a bit worried. But as soon as I got that second goal, I was just comfortable and just tried to really shut the game down again, and I did it successfully.
How come you missed the woodwork so many times in the second game?
It's actually the most frustrating thing in the world. Even my goal came off the post. It was ridiculous. I think that's got to be some sort of land record for the most woodwork ever hit.
I think it was 5 or 6. Although you did score from one. But yeah, that's all from me.
Excellent. Aman, you got anything you would like to add? You've done really, really well. Is it your first LAN that you've been to? Got yourself into the final?
Yeah, well, Dave, hats off to Dave. He played well. I had to change something because I knew something wasn't working in the first game. He should have scored about 10 goals, and you guys saw that in the stream. But he played well in the first game, so I had to change up my tactics. Come out with something special that he probably didn't see coming. And I had a little bit of, if I had practiced what I did with Barcelona that last game a little bit more, then I think I could have done a little bit better. But hats off to him, and I appreciate the whole event. It was great, and I had fun, and I came out second, and I really appreciate everything.
Absolute pleasure, and been pleasure having you here, and good to see some new players come along from online coming to LAN. So guys, that's everything from us here for today. Get the presentations and everything sorted out in a minute. Thanks for everybody who joined us on the stream. Special big shout out to Dux for helping with the modding of everything there. We'll be back here tomorrow for the Club's Pilot tomorrow, Pro Club's Pilot. So that's going to be something completely new. So we're not too sure how that's going to go. It's going to be a lot of fun, but we'll see at the end of it what it is like. And hope you'll join us. We'll look to be streaming that. I think we've got through all the technical difficulties now that we encountered today. So hope you've enjoyed that for all those that turned up. And we'll see you again from the I-Series tomorrow. See you later.